Hello, callers, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss the latest updates. We are going to begin with match reaction from Raphinha, Frankie de Jong, of course, after the Real Betis victory where we won 2-1, a big step for us. We are going to be discussing on what those guys had to say after that very important victory. Then to conclude this episode, talking about this transfer, talking about Emery Demi, who have left FC Barcelona for Fenerbahce. The teenager's brief stay is over. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into the full story, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you're very welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch right out to the very end. Barcelona stretched their lead atop the La Liga standings to 8 points after they secured a 2-1 victory over Real Betis away from home at the Benito Villamarin on Wednesday night. It was Raphinha who opened the scoring for the Catalan Giants on the night, finding the back of the net a little after the hour mark. Robert Lewandowski, back after serving his 3-match ban in La Liga, added another in the 80th minute. And despite an unfortunate own goal from Jules Koundé, Barcelona were able to see through the contest and return with 3 points in the bag from a tricky venue. Raphinha, whose future at Barca beyond the summer is being questioned, spoke to the media after his goal-scoring display versus Betis and said, "The sensations are amazing, we are working hard, and the byproduct of our work is shown by the number of points we have. We knew it would be a difficult match and we knew we had to take our chances," the Brazilian winger said. "I don't think the match was in our favor. It was a very good match." Frankie de Jong, who put in a fine display from midfield on Wednesday, also spoke to the media after the match and highlighted the importance of the victory. He said, "It was an important win." The midfielder sparked the move for the opening goal for Barca with his quickly taken free kick that allowed Alejandro Balde to feed Raphinha the ball on his role in the goal. De Jong said, there is still a lot and I have to work on." When quizzed if that was his best display as a Barca player, the Netherlands ace replied, "I'm not sure. When you play a good game, people are quick to make these statements." Talking about La Liga title race, De Jong said, "Today was a big step for us. There is an 8-point difference between us and Real Madrid currently. Indeed, 8 points separate us as we speak from Real Madrid until Real Madrid plays his own match. If Real wins their match against Valencia at the Bernabeu, then it will come back to 5 points. If Real Madrid drop points, then it's going to be still the 8 points or 7 points, So let's see how it goes. I think it was a good performance yesterday. The team played a good game. Xavi himself spoke after the game saying how he really enjoyed the way Barca controlled the game. The performance was good against a very tough team like Betis, who at their stadium, we all know about how their supporters are, very, very loud and things like that. And we still went there, keep our heads cool down, and still won the game in a very matured way, I must admit. It was a great game of play. So, yeah, 50 points in first leg is huge, which means that if you can play our second leg just as how the first leg of matches was, we are going to have 100 points. I think something that Barca have done just once in their history, the highest point tally in La Liga ever, 2012-13 by the coach. I've forgotten his name, but the guy is no more. He passed away ever since. It's great to see what Xavi has been doing so far. Had it been the Champions League, we were still there. I think many fans now could have been praising Xavi. But as it stands right now, well, we just have to accept the fact that we have to just compete for the titles that we are competing for. We're still in the Europa League, Copa del Rey, La Liga. We already won the Supercopa de España, so it's something great. So let's just keep our fingers crossed to see how Xavi goes about his business with the team. I think it's been great to see the way Barca have been playing so far. Many people were scared, including myself, that after this FIFA World Cup that passed last year, maybe Barca could have come back with a kind of bad form, like how it happened to some teams returning back from a long break. They can just have a different form and maybe not performing like how they used to perform before the World Cup. But We have seen that Barca continue to perform the way they did. They continue to win matches, continue to take total control of matches. As we saw against Betis yesterday night, we had more shots, more everything. In fact, the stats were all in our favor. And after Koundé's, creepy own goal, which make it 2-1, of course, it did ensure that the game would be a nervy ending. But luckily enough, Barca were calm, they were patient, and I think they still had control of the ball for most of the time, even though Betis still had some threats at the post at our goal. But luckily enough, nothing happened, and we kept the 2-1 till the end of the game. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona confirmed on Tuesday that youngster Emre Demi has left the club and joined Turkish side Fenerbahce. The 19-year-old only arrived at the club in the summer, but has struggled to settle and is now being shipped out. Here is the club's official statement. Barca said, FC Barcelona and Fenerbahce have reached an agreement for the transfer of the Barca Athletic player Emre Demi. The club keeps 20% of a future sale, they said. Demi spoke about his situation at the club earlier this month in an interview with AS and admitted he was looking for a way out of the club. The board of directors that brought me here is gone. Now there are other leaders and they think that the conditions of my contract are very high for Barcelona B. There has not been a decision yet, he said. Rafa Marquez also spoke about Demi and admitted the youngster has found it difficult to adapt, with the language barrier a particular problem. What a short spell for Emre Demi since joining Barca, not too long ago, playing for Barca B. A player who had very promising, was very promising, had talent, and of course, Barca brought him, but from the look of things, it did not work out. Of course, under Bartomeu's regime, when Barca already signed him to play for Barca B. And I think we can hear from his own statement that the new board or the new ownership, whatever, do not see me here as important, or maybe the wages he received for Barca B is considered high by Laporta's board. So the Barca had no choice. We all know the issues that Barca are going through financially. Had no choice than to send him or than to sell him to Fenerbahce in his home country, Turkey. So, not everybody is being destined to play for long for Barca, and I think Emre Demi is one of them. Barcelona officially made a statement yesterday about that. So he has returned back to Turkey to play for Fenerbahce. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.